In this issue of Spacecraft Guide, we are going to show you how the astronauts separate the electrical system between the the orbital attitude maneuvering system and the capsule itself. It's a little different than what you think. This week on Spacecraft Guide, and when you click on the separation electric switch, it takes you to the separate electrical switch telelight. And you can see this is the switch light here, which is in the sequence panel right on this side. So you can see we're almost halfway through. And what this does is it cues the crew to sever all the wiring and retrograde adapter mating line. So what you're getting now, in the last episode, we did the OAMS lines, which were the propellant, the fuel, and the oxidizer, and then we were setting up the charges over here. Well, this is actually going to separate those lines. And if we go to General and click on it, takes us to the sequence and control indicators. We're going to come down. We did this last episode. We're going to do this here. And what it is, it's going to separate the separate electrical indicator is also illuminated amber by the T2 256 second relay, which is 4 minutes and 16-second relay. The amber light cues the crew to sever all the wiring and retrograde adapter mating lines. So this is basically before they had a quick disconnect. This is how they did it. So by pressing the switch indicator, it energizes the wire guillotine relay. So what you're going to do is, remember, we armed the charges up here, and we armed the squibs to fire, and the that now down here is we're actually firing those squibs, and those squibs are going to push the guillotine down and cut all the wires. So your quick release is not to disconnect, but actually cut the wires. The pyrotechnics are detonated and the wiring is cut. So yeah, that's basically what I just said. The indicator changes from amber to green to indicate that the electrical separation has been accomplished. So it's going to turn green. So that is all about how the separation electrical indicator switch works. Now, for our Patreon subscribers, that's the free Patreon subscribers and the paying Patreon subscribers, we're going to go into the schematics. So just for joining up, not for paying anything, just for joining up, you'll be able to go into schematics with me here. So when you click on schematics, it takes you to the time to retrograde minus 30 seconds sequence schematics. So we are looking, let's see, the separation OAMS line is here. Here is separate electrical, and we have K46 and 21. If we look at the 21 here, K421, that's a wire guillotine adapter separate, and there is also another ones that we're going to go into, but you can see we have the K21, which is down here. So K46, which is actually the powering up of the squibs, you see with the electrical timer, this is getting power with the TR 30-second signal that gets set in. We have the electrical power here for the amber, and then the amber is on. Now, what we're doing here is we are actually severing the lines, which you see here in the retro squib. Now, remember we were talking about the squib. That's the charge that's going to fire off, that's going to guillotine and cut the wiring. Well, that's right here, and it's all set up. All we need to do is energize this circuit, which the astronauts do. They cut the wires, and then it turns green right here And that turning green means that the wires have been cut. But also, it closes this circuit, and it goes with the K42. Now that's grounding it, and this wire. Now it comes down here and it gets another thing in the equipment adapter separation sensor. So it's saying that, okay, this part of the sensor is actually working. So it's this relay closes and allows the sensor to change color and tell the astronaut said, hey, this that we're all ready, or we sense that everything has been done in the sequence system to go to retrograde, but that it'll be later in later episodes. So that is the schematics. Now, if you are a paying Patreon subscriber, and that for just a cup of Starbucks coffee a month, you'll be able to go deeper into it. We're going to go into normal operations and go a little bit deeper into how this switch works and what it's been doing. So when you click on normal operations, it takes us to the time to retrograde here, minus 30 seconds, where we were, and we can see that the K446, which illuminates the separation light here, separation electric. So we're worried about that, where I was talking about the K46. That is right here, that has been energized from the time to retrograde, or TR, 30 seconds, and that's this right here. But if we go lower, we get to, oops, went a little too far down here. Now here we're talking about the separation of the OAMS line, and then next, this is where we at, the command pilot depresses and releases the separate electrical switch indicator, which energizes the wire guillotine relay K42. Now K42 ignites the guillotine. This is what actually separates on the wiring. It causes the guillotine to come down and chop the wires off, and the energized separate electrical latch relay K46 or 64. Remember, we were talking about that. So the separation electrical switch indicator changes from amber to green. So if we go up here, we see this K42 and it gets power. So we had all of this to turn the light to green. We had all that. This is the actual relay that fires off the guillotine, that chops off the wiring of the spacecraft for separation, just like in the French Revolution where they cut off their heads. So that's what this relay is doing. Now I'd like to thank all of you for supporting me. We're getting more people to support us and allow me to get better software, hopefully soon, and maybe some more memory and some other things that'll help keep this project going. So I really want to thank you for supporting me, and I hope to see you again very soon. Next week or next time here, I try to do it every Monday if you haven't noticed by now. Every Monday, well, you get it, actually, you get it every Friday, but every Monday the video comes out. You get all this on Friday before everybody else. Thank you.